Well, hello everybody and welcome to Jeff's Baking Blog. Today I'm going to make some Earl Grey lemon drizzle muffins. This is a recipe I saw on the Sainsbury website, and the reason for doing it is that I bought Earl Grey tea bags a while back for a couple of recipes, and I have some left over. And I don't really like to drink Earl Grey tea, but I like the flavour in baked goods, so I thought I'd do some muffins. Muffins, as you know, are very, very easy to make. So this is it. And lemon drizzle cake is very, very nice. So the combination of the muffins, the lemon drizzle and the Earl Grey tea should be very good. So that said, I'll go on to the ingredients. And for the muffins, I have 300 grams, which is 2 cups based on scooping packed flour into a 250 milliliter cup of self-raising flour. Now, if you don't have self-raising flour, you only have plain or all-purpose flour, you can use the same amount, but as suggested by Nigella Lawson, for each 150 grams, add 2 teaspoons of baking powder. So that would be the same amount of plain flour, and 4 teaspoons of baking powder should make an equivalent for self-raising flour. In addition to that, I have 4 grams, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and you would still need that. Then I have 240 millilitres, which is 1 cup of milk. We may need a little more milk later, but I'll explain that as we do it. I have 8 Earl Grey tea bags, 1 large egg, which would be extra large in the USA. If you don't have large eggs, you only have medium eggs, you can use that, but add in another 10 millilitres of milk to what we're doing. I have 75 millilitres, 5 tablespoons of flavourless vegetable oil, the zest from 1 lemon, and 45 millilitres, 3 tablespoons of lemon juice. I have 1 pinch of salt, and I have 175 grams, which is 3/4 of a cup plus 2 tablespoons of caster sugar. And then for the drizzle or the syrup to go on top, I have 150 grams, 3/4 of a cup of caster sugar. I have 90 millilitres, 6 tablespoons of lemon juice. This is frozen. I froze some lemon juice, so I'm using that. I can see there's a seed in there which will have to come out, but 6 tablespoons. And I also have the zest of another lemon. That's to sprinkle over the top if you wish to. In the original Sainsbury recipe, they say to use a parer like this to get some strips of lemon zest and put those on the top, but I personally don't like the strips of lemon zest when I'm eating something, so I'm going to use just a little bit of grated lemon zest. So that's all the ingredients, and the first thing we need to do is to infuse our tea bags into the milk, and for that I'm going to put the milk into a saucepan, and I'm going to heat that until it's just about boiling. You don't need to watch that happen. I'll come back when that has boiled. So my milk has just come to the boil, so I'm going to put my Earl Grey tea bags into the jug that the milk was in, and I'm going to pour the hot milk over it. Like that. And I'll just give those a bit of a stir around. And then I'm going to leave those for at least half an hour, and that's going to let the wonderful flavour from the Earl Grey tea infuse into the milk. And as that happens, I'm going to preheat my oven to 200 degrees Celsius, 180 Celsius with a fan, 390 Fahrenheit, and I'm going to line a 12-hole muffin tin with paper cases. And once the milk has had the Earl Grey tea infused into it, I'll come back and we'll go on to the next steps. So my tea bags have been steeping in that milk for more than 30 minutes now, and I have my oven preheating. So what I need to do, I want to use 200 millilitres of this milk, which is half a cup plus a third of a cup. So I'm going to pour it into the measures and then put it into a bowl. And if I don't have enough milk, I will just top it up with milk from the fridge. But I will squeeze the tea bags to get as much as I can. So I'll do the half a cup first, 120 millilitres. And I can already see there's not going to be enough, but I will squeeze the tea bags and get the juice, the milk, into my measure. And I almost have enough, but not quite. So I'm going to top that up with a little drop of milk. Like that. So that's the 200 millilitres of the infused milk, and into that I'm going to put my oil along with my lemon juice and my large egg. And I'm going to just whisk those to get them mixed together. And then I'm going to take another bowl and I'm going to put my flour in and my baking powder and salt and give those a stir through to get the baking powder distributed. And then I'm going to add in most of the sugar. I'm just holding back a little bit of the sugar. You can put it all in, but I'm holding some back because I'm going to rub my lemon zest into that little bit of sugar, which will help to release the oils from the lemon zest. Just rubbing it between my fingers like that. And then I'm going to put that into my wet bowl and give those a mix through. And then I'm simply going to pour that into the dry ingredients And I'm going to stir that around with a fork to get those combined, but I'm not going to over mix it, so there will be a few little lumps probably, and which is perfectly fine for muffins. And that's good like that. So I'm going to divide that equally into my 12-hole muffin pan. I like to measure my mixture into the cases, which will be about 69 grams each, but you can do it by eye, just spoon it in basically. So there my muffin cases are filled, and I'm going to put those into the oven, and I'm going to bake them for about 15 minutes until they rise up quite nicely and they brown on the top. And then I'll take them out of the oven and put them onto a wire rack. But as they're baking, I'm going to make my syrup. So to make the syrup, I'm simply going to put my lemon juice, and I have removed that seed as it thawed out, and my sugar into a saucepan, and I'm going to just heat that up and let it, I'll stir it as the sugar dissolves, bring it to the boil and let it boil for about a minute. Now in the original Sainsbury recipe they simply said to mix the sugar with the lemon juice and that will be your drizzle, but I'm going to heat mine up to make it that little bit thicker. I baked my muffins for exactly 15 minutes. They rose up nicely, so I took them out of the oven and left them in the muffin tin for about 5 minutes. Then I transferred them to a wire rack. So I'll show you what they look like. And here they are. They've baked up quite nicely, and I've just taken a little toothpick and poked a few holes in the top of each one. And here I have my syrup, which I heated up and let it simmer for about a minute. I'm going to take some of that and spoon it over the top of each one. Now how much you use is entirely up to you. I'm going to spoon it over each one, and then I'm going to leave it for 5 minutes and do it again. And so with some of the syrup on each one, I'm going to take my little bit of lemon zest, and I'm just going to sprinkle a few little pieces of that on each one as well. And I'm doing it now so that when I put some more syrup on, it will help to adhere the lemon zest that little bit better. So I'm going to leave those for about 5 minutes or so, then I'll spoon some more of my syrup over the top, and then I'm going to leave them to cool down completely. And once they've cooled down, I'll come back and we'll have a taste. So I've let my muffins cool down. I did put some more of the syrup over the top of them, and they're quite sticky on the top. So I've taken one out of the paper and opened it up so you can see the texture on the inside as well. And I'll have a taste of the one which I've broken open. That's very, very nice. You can taste the Earl Grey, and then you get that tartness of the lemon as well. Very, very good indeed. So, very simple recipe, as muffins tend to be, but very full of flavour as well. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, please give me the thumbs up below and click to subscribe to my YouTube channel. In the top right hand corner of the screen there'll be an eye that you can click on, and that will take you to a link for the recipe, and I'll put a link below the video as well, and I'll be back with another recipe in the very near future. So until then, happy baking.